Buenas. Welcome to Chisme y Cafe, your podcast about chisme
with coffee.
Coffee.
With a coffee in your hands.
A little girl gossip session, sister to sister.
Gossip time. Okay, so episode 2, we're going to talk about nosy neighbors. And do I have stories to tell you?
All right.
First,
let me ask you this. Do you like your neighbors?
I don't know my neighbors. Oh. I know one neighbor, and that's the neighbor I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
No, seriously.
Okay, that's a good question to start with, apparently. It's a great segue.
No. Okay, so to preface, this neighbor is connected to my backyard.
Okay.
I have a regular wood fence on all sides of my backyard, except for where it connects to her backyard, which is...
She has a fence, right?
She has a chain link fence.
Oh, all right.
So there's no, true privacy. Separation, true privacy. We can see each other anytime we're back there.
Okay.
Mistake number 1 was not building a fence when we moved in.
Yeah.
So... she's super nice when we moved in. She's just really nosy. So I'm calling her Karen. It's very close to her real name.
Okay.
I actually thought her name was Karen.
Okay.
For the longest time when we moved in.
Okay.
And her name's not Karen, but I'm calling her that for the sake of the story and for her sake of privacy, which she lacks towards us. Anyway. So when we moved in, she knew the previous owner of this house.
Yep.
And she constantly told us about all the renovation plans that he had for the house. Because we had renovators here before we moved in.
Yeah.
Because we had to completely gut the place.
Mm-hmm. And
we had to level the floor and replace base flooring kind of renovations here. So she was telling us all his plans. She's like, well, did he ever give you the plans? Because I really like them. No.
Karen, you don't live here.
No, I don't.
Are you paying for the bill? No.
Exactly. And she's like, oh, well, he was going to build this big, beautiful wraparound deck in the backyard to go all the way around to the fire pit. And she's like, oh, well, I really loved it. You should ask him for it because I really want to see it built out.
That's not how it works. That's not how that works.
You don't live here no more. I live here. You don't live here no more. My God, I'm really heated about it. I get really heated about these stories.
A strong opinion
Seriously.
On your new house.
Also, I have not been in my backyard for the last 3 years I've lived here.
Oh my God.
Because I built a garden out there because I love gardening.
Yep.
And it's like my sanctuary. That's my time. That's my meditation.
Yeah.
I have not gardened for 3 years because I built it out there.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes, leans over the fence, smokes in my face. Not on purpose, but she's a smoker. And I'm not a smoker. And she leans over the fence and then just tells me what I need to do in my garden. You have a tomato over there.
Girl, go away.
Yes.
Did you tell her go away?
No, I didn't.
And see, this is where you gotta be mean in people's face.
I know.
Go away.
Well, she's my neighbor. If I'm mean in her face, I don't know how she can retaliate. She's lived here a long time. This is an old neighborhood. Mm-hmm. It's not a nice old neighborhood. It's an old neighborhood.
No,
and the people, I don't live in the ghetto.
Girl, this is ghetto.
It's more ghetto than your area, but I don't live in the ghetto.
I feel like you are 3 feet from a white refrigerator.
I feel like the other neighbor right across the street, I feel like that's a trap house, but that's another story. So she always tells me, and then she tells me that I'm supposed to put down lye in my tomato garden bed because the tomatoes will come up. And she said her dad used to plant tomatoes and he put lye down first and the tomatoes were beautiful. And I said, ma'am.
Put lye down for a dead body?
I said, ma'am, your dad killed someone and tomatoes grew. love the nutrition from that dead carcass.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Your dad's a killer. I think her husband's dead. And I'm not lying. I think her husband's
in her house?
Yes, dead in her house. I feel like her husband's dead in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you why. When I first moved here,
she's going to go meet Karen.
You do not want to meet her.
I'm going to meet her.
Okay, when I first moved here, she tells me her son used to live with her when we first got here, and her husband. Mm-hmm. She says her husband has COPD. Okay. That's all she says about him. Her son moved out like at least a year ago or a year and a half. He wasn't here the whole time. Because I have not seen him for a while. And I've never seen her husband. Not once. Never in the back porch. Never in the front yard. Never getting in the car.
I have a neighbor like that.
I've seen her,
but like she doesn't come out very often.
Right, but you've seen her.
Yes, I do. I do know she's alive.
You know she's alive.
Yeah.
I've never seen this man in my life for 3 years. I have cameras here.
Yeah.
He's never stepped foot out. Never. And then here's also why I think he's dead. Because we don't have a street light. We on this one tiny little sliver of road. Yeah. But there is one street light in the corner. And it used to flicker all the time. Flicker. And she got really annoyed by it. Like, she's all up in everybody's business, even the streetlights business. Okay. She's up in the streetlights business, this woman. So she called the city and says, hey, the streetlight is flickering. Come and fix it.
Okay.
They said, ma'am, your husband's name's on the account. He needs to be the one to call. You can't call us and request this service request.
Oh, that's weird.
She tells me this is what they say. So I'm not lying or I'm not making it up.
Yeah.
This is
just weird.
She told me this story.
I probably just didn't want to help her because she was mean.
No. I don't know. This is what she tells me. She says that the city said it's her husband's account and she can't call about the light, so it can't get fixed or even have a request in. Why can't her husband call? She tells me to call. Well, she told me. She said I had to call them to do that. She said, no, he's not. She's never said that.
No, but you could be in hospice in your house.
No, he's not. There would be equipment coming in and out. There would be nurses.
No one. And he doesn't have like oxygen tanks or anything.
Oh, I think someone's here at my house. Give me a sec. I'm gonna have to pause and get the door. Okay, let me pick up where I left off.
Yeah.
Anyway, streetlights. She tells me I have to call because it's her husband's name. I'm thinking to myself, why can't your husband call? That man's dead. Huh?
Why didn't you just say that?
I don't know. I'm not going to suspect. What if she did kill him? Or no, maybe she didn't kill him. Maybe he just died because he has COPD and health issues. Maybe he just died. And she's like collecting his social security or disability or something.
That's called fraud, Andrea.
I don't know. I
can't feel bad for somebody when they're breaking the law like that.
I've never seen a body, but also I don't want to. And I don't want to confirm it. What if she comes for me? What if she does? She lives right here. She has access to my house.
Liam Neeson, if you're scared of your neighbor,
listen,
at
you have to be scared of your neighbors. No. You don't know them.
Okay. No.
Yeah. Look, no, hold on, because I'm
gonna have a talk with Karen.
You have to be the tough one.
My neighbors are probably scared of me.
Good for them.
I am the little neighbor boy.
A boy?
Yes.
I don't really have kids around.
No,
these
I'm sorry.
Houses.
He's over 18, but I call him a little boy because he's hella annoying. He's probably in his 20s. So our neighbor that connects our backyard, technically we're in two different neighborhoods.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But our backyards connect. Right. And our nickname for her is McNasty. She is a terrible human being. She is the worst person on the planet. That's an exaggeration, but she's not a great person. She goes out. She has a pool in her backyard. We have a pool in our backyard. The way our backyard is set up, there's like it goes straight down to where the fence meets with her backyard. Right. So we have like a ditch kind of thing because we have like
the drainage for the pool.
The drainage for the pool's in our yard.
Okay.
But the way the pool is, it's kind of like up on a hill and then it goes down.
Interesting.
So we can see clear straight into her backyard.
Right. There's no 30-foot fence for you.
Yeah. But the neighbors that connect to her on way over there built a freaking wall of a fence. It's as tall as their 2-story house. No way. Yes way. They don't want to deal with her.
There's permits for that?
Yeah. Well, as long as you don't go past your roof, you can build however tall you want.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no clue.
Yeah, because we built a new shed and as long as it doesn't go past your roof, So they built that because they don't like that. Our neighbor over here has, it goes from like a 6-foot fence to like a 16-foot fence to their back.
Only on her side.
They don't want to deal with her.
Oh my God. What does she do?
She's a huge backyard. So it connects, like it's a big lot.
Yeah.
She hangs out with her 20-something-year-old son in a thong bikini. And she a big girl.
Oh.
She should not be in a thong like that.
I was picturing something else.
Nope.
Blonde?
Nope. Like an 80s mousy brown, 80s like
mousy brown.
It's just a lot. And she's not like a big girl, but it's all like belly, like a tumor belly, you know?
Ooh, okay.
Oh, gross. It's just gross.
That's the McNasty.
That's McNasty. And her son, like, they used to play like soccer in the backyard and stuff like that, and like they kick the ball over the fence. He wouldn't like, hey, I see you're in your backyard. Do you mind throwing that back over? Or driving his dumb ass around to the front of someone's house.
Don't tell me he's jumping the fence.
He's jumping the fence. That's when I almost fought. I said, don't do that shit again.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Considerate.
And he always blares, like, I have nothing against rap music, but it's like the worst. It's like he got a CD from the inside of a 7-Eleven from some guy, and that's what he's blaring. And you're like,
7-Eleven. You know that guy?
No. So we call her McNasty. But she got a new, they're married now, but it was a boyfriend for a long time. We call him New Daddy. That's my nickname for him. McNasty and New Daddy. New Daddy is very nice.
Oh, good. New
Daddy fixed up the yard.
Good.
They had rats. That's what she was McNasty for a reason. Like
you say I live in the ghetto and you're talking about your neighbor having rats.
No, we just have the one. I only have 2 bad neighbors. McNasty and then the neighbors right next door.
Oh. Interesting.
But anyway, back to your Karen. You got to start saying something. Just like I did to McNasty's little boy.
Maybe. I'll think about it. I've just been ignoring her, actually. And you know what? I peek my curtain because my back doors have the windows in it. But it has the little blinds. And I just peek. And if she's back there, I don't go back there. And if she's not back there, I can take out my trash.
Oh my God.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. Here's some other stuff. She, like I said, she knew the past owners and she always kept mentioning as soon as we moved in how she just wishes that she could come inside our house and see what renovations we did because she knew exactly what our house looked like before and she's been in there. She knows our layout. This is what she said to me. I'm quoting. And she wants to just see the renovations and all the work we've done. That was like maybe the second time talking to her.
We had a neighbor when we were little on the first house our parents bought. The neighbor did that to our parents too. Said the same stuff. He owned the house before.
The one who leaned stuff on our fence and it fell over?
Yeah. And like...
The white guy?
Yes.
Who canoed in the flooded court?
Yes. And like he
Oh.
knew the house and he knew the layout. He made so many of those creepy comments that our parents were convinced we had cameras. Like he had cameras in the
I
house.
remember.
And they like went through the attic. They went through every little thing.
I forget. You know, there's devices for that now, actually.
Yeah.
That you can like point. Like people take them for like hotel rooms or like Airbnbs.
I mean, it was the early 2000s. But,
yeah, we didn't have that back then.
But like he made so many of those creepy comments that they like legit feared a camera.
She also would, because we go on trips. Well, we used to before the baby, but now, before we used to go on a lot of like weekend trips or like out of country and stuff. And obviously, I mean, we get a lot of packages too. And she noticed our front door is not next to her house. She cannot see our front door without, I mean, driving around.
Right.
So she would say whenever we got back, and she's multiple trips we've come back from, she says, you know, I used to take in JJ was the owner, JJ's mail. I used to take it inside for him when he left town.
Weird.
Girl, I don't know you.
Yeah.
Week 2 of living here, she starts offering that. Like,
creep. She a creep.
Week 2. But get this. She's not the only neighbor that has asked to come and see the inside of my house.
That is weird.
So this one was said to Tyler. So we have a neighbor right across the street, next to the behind the trap house. They're nice. Like I've had a yard sale once. The guy came over. That's it.
Okay.
Never talked to him ever. And this was last year. But when they asked to come and see the inside of our house, was like month 3 of us living here. Never talked to them. So Tyler pulls up in the driveway. They come up to Tyler and they say, hey, we're driving past your house and we can see into your inside, and we saw you did renovations and we saw you knock down a wall.
Oh.
That's how detailed they could see.
Okay.
We don't have blinds on our front windows, but they're high up.
Yeah.
You cannot you cannot just like pass by.
They're not bay windows.
No, you don't pass by and just look like see in our house.
Inspection.
So they said, you know, we were driving by and saw inside your house and saw the renovations. Can we come and look? Can we come inside? Never talked to these people, not even once. That was the first words they have ever said to Tyler.
Maybe they should have led with, hey, did you use a contractor? Did you use a company? Did you do this by yourself?
They said, we saw the inside of your house and we want to go inside now. Like actually inside your house.
That's weird.
Never spoke one other word to them before they asked to do that.
A bit of advice for anybody who wants to renovate and they don't want to be a creep to their neighbor. Start with, I was thinking about renovating and I saw that you renovated. Did you use a contractor? How was the process? Did you like your contractor?
No, I don't.
And then ask to go, maybe, oh, do you mind if I see the finished product?
No. They never renovated or anything. They never had contractors after that fact. That's not why they wanted to come in.
I know, but that's so much of an easier lie to say, like, oh, I'm just curious. I want to see the inside of your house.
Yeah.
And it's so much more of like a better excuse than I'm nosy as hell. Can I just go in?
It's happened more than once.
That's weird.
If I had a nickel for every time a neighbor that I've never talked to before has asked to come inside my house, I'd have 2 nickels.
Roll together. Okay.
Anyway, let me see. There's so much more about Karen. Give me a sec.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, I already talked about the cigarettes and the gardening and how I'm sure her dad killed someone too.
Yeah.
I swear her husband's dead. Never seen that man. Why can't she call the city? Oh yeah, when I'm gardening, she would tell me like I'm missing weeds. Like, hey, there's a weed over there. I saw you just picked them from over there. I'm like, ma'am, please.
The eye roll I just had. I'm sorry. I forget this is a podcast.
Yeah.
I eye rolled hard.
Okay. Also, this happened recently. Like last week, this one happened. There's this homeless guy who we have a homeless shelter.
Ghetto.
It's not ghetto.
Okay.
It's a homeless shelter right over on the corner. And the homeless around the neighborhood, we have a lot of trees. And they go around and they say they can pick up your leaves. I've had it happen multiple years.
Yeah.
I've said no before. But this guy made a card, you know.
Okay.
He made like a legit card. And he was really nice. He was super friendly. But anyway, I'm leaving my car one day. He runs up to me into the yard and says that Karen told him I wanted my yard done by him.
Was Karen going to pay?
Exactly.
That's
Right?
what I would have asked. I'm sorry, is Karen paying the bill?
You know what?
You should real talk to Karen.
This is a time that I was actually honest, and I was like, no. And he goes, oh, well, she said that she talked to you and you like wanted me to do like clean up your leaves too. And I'm like, I didn't talk to her. And he's like, oh, well, she said she talked to an old lady here. And I'm like, my grandma, who just is a visitor, first of all.
Yeah.
She doesn't live here. I'm like, no. I mean, if she did, not to me.
Okay.
I'm the owner. I own this house.
Correct.
I'm the owner of this house. Anyway, he was really polite. I did want my leaves done, but I was really pissed off that she just told him that I did. Because what if he just started working and cleaning up my leaves and then expected me to pay?
Yeah, sent you an invoice.
Yeah, and I didn't know how much it was. It was actually really cheap. He was only going to charge like $150, and I have 3 like big yards around.
Yeah.
I ended up paying him $300 because it was a lot of work. And he was here the night that it snowed. He was here until like 10 p.m. that night because he wanted to finish it up. And we're like, go home, finish it another day. He goes, no, I like the snow. He's working in the snow at 10 p.m. to finish up my yard. I paid him $300 instead of the $150. And I was like, thank you. Anyway, that happened last week. There's some nosy neighbors over at our like old condo. One time, this neighbor thought that we were like dumping, and because we had dumpsters, because it's a condo, we didn't have like trash cans.
Right.
There's more than one dumpster in the neighborhood, and the one that's right in front of our house was full, so we had to go to another one.
Okay.
Like all of them were full except for one on this random corner. We start like throwing our stuff away, and this woman runs out of her house. Stop! Like, you can't dump here. And we're like, what do you mean?
Is she the dumpster patrol?
Yeah. She was like, you don't live here. You can't dump your trash here. And I'm like, yes, we do. Yeah, we do live here.
First of all, why did you self-appoint yourself to know who lives there to not dump?
No, and then
first of all. Second of all, why do you care? And third of all, who is driving around town
dumping? Actually, people do dump.
I don't understand that.
But in our neighborhood,
how much trash do you have that you're like, I have to go find another dumpster?
Well, a lot of like contractors will go and find someone's dumpster, and you pay, like companies pay to have those dumped.
Yes.
So I don't know. And if it gets filled up, like that's a problem for companies.
Extra. Yeah, I get that.
But this was my old neighborhood, and it was tucked away. People are not finding these dumpsters to dump like that. But she did come out, and she was like, you don't live here. And I was like, yes, we do. And she goes, where? Which house?
Not telling you.
Well, actually,
the one over there.
Actually, I pointed. Actually, I was like, right there. She goes, oh, I've never seen you guys. I'm like, yeah, because we don't live right in front of your house. We live right over there. And
also, it's none of your business.
That's true too. And she's like, well, anyway, I'm the neighborhood Karen. She says this for real. I'm the neighborhood Karen, and I made it my job to make sure that people don't dump here. For real. She really said that.
And your follow-up question wasn't, who's on your payroll? Who's paying you?
Who's paying you?
Job?
She's not on the board.
I'm sorry, what's your salary?
Yeah, she said. And also she said that they had a lot of people dumping. Never seen anybody dumping who's not like
Okay.
living in the neighborhood, walking around. Here's me being nosy, because also I'm a nosy neighbor.
I am the nosiest.
I am the nosiest. I do love me some chisme. Okay. So in the condo neighborhood, which is a nicer neighborhood, our neighbor got arrested one day. We come home. I had McDonald's. And I was like, shit, hide the McDonald's. There's 20 there's 20 police officers.
Oh my god.
Jacked. And this was the time where I was going through my fitness phase and before, when I was in police academy. I'm not now. I don't do that now.
We know, because you can't even ask people about their dead bodies.
No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know about that. Anyway, I see all these cops. I'm like, hide my McDonald's. And I don't. First thought, hide that. Okay,
that is against the law.
No. I just didn't want.
They're gonna make me run an extra.
I don't know. No, I know. I didn't know if I knew anybody there, so I was like, oh shit. There's 20 cop cars. 20.
They can't not eat fast food.
You'd get in so much trouble. So no, they do. They really do. Anyway, so we park in our driveway. The neighbor who was getting arrested was the house right in front of us.
Oh my gosh. So
I said,
pool party view.
I said, don't get out of the car. We're watching.
Back that right in.
We're watching. We are watching. But put my McDonald's down. Don't put it on the dash. Anyway, we watched this guy from the house get arrested. All these police there. I'm like, what did he do?
Yeah.
That was so bad. I looked him up. I went on, you can look up people's arrest records, like your cities. Yeah. So anybody who gets arrested, you can go on these websites for your city. Yeah. And you can see all the people getting arrested. Yeah. What they got arrested for, their pictures, their mugshots up there. Yeah. You can see all the information. I scroll for hours trying to find, because I don't know when they arrested him or when they update the database. It wasn't immediate. It wasn't like the next half hour.
There's usually a
because
lag.
The jail is like half hour away, and it wasn't like right then and there. So I, for hours, scrolled, checked, updated. Finally, I find him. Guess what he got arrested for?
What?
He killed someone.
Oh, wait.
On accident.
Wow.
But
like a hit and run.
It was a hit and run. And he fled, and that person died.
Yeah.
So he got arrested for murder.
Oh, well.
Yeah, and the hit and run. And then
voluntary manslaughter, probably.
Yeah. And then his dad, I guess it was his dad, because he lived with his girlfriend or some woman there. Okay. And she was always gardening in the front. She was gardening in the front lawn. I don't watch people in their backyard like my neighbor does. It was a front yard garden bed, like the flowers. And I guess his dad would come over after he got arrested, and he would shout with the girlfriend and be like, he killed somebody.
The catchphrase that you were like, oh, they're back at it.
I'm like, what the hell? I wanted to know more.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted details on, like, how it happened, where, what street, who, what, where, why.
Yeah.
Why did he run? What car was he in?
You didn't talk to anybody?
No, I don't know these people. So
you're a bad nosy neighbor.
I stay in my business, but if it's public information, it's different than peeking over my backyard. Okay. So anyway, they also flipped washers and dryers, I think, out of their garage.
Interesting.
Because I always saw new ones, and they would sell them and then come more. I guess so. But like, out of all things to flip, washer dryers. Yeah. Nothing else.
All right. Well, I don't know.
Anyway, I think that's all my nosy neighbor stories and me being nosy.
I have a neighbor that I think she's killed her husband.
See,
but I know I have a very different view on it. Where she's my idol. I want to be her. So first, her baby daddy, dead.
For a fact.
For a fact. Dead. He died. Now, they were co-parenting for a long time.
Oh.
She's a grandma, so she's much older.
Oh.
She's in her late 60s or 70s. She's older.
Oh, okay. She's much... So, baby daddy dying is kind of... Wait, she has a baby?
No. Baby daddy as in, like, her daughter's father.
Oh, okay.
The man she hooked up with to have the child.
Okay.
Dead.
Okay. It's just not a term I'm used to for a 70-year-old. Sorry.
Yes.
My bad.
If you get you have a random child with somebody.
I get it. I just never...
They are your baby daddy.
I know. I just...
Forever and ever. I don't care if you're 80.
I just feel like usually people stop saying that by the time you're 50s.
What else do you say?
An ex-husband?
They were never married.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
That's why. Baby daddy.
Okay, dead. Baby daddy.
Now, this doesn't happen all at one time. Okay. Mm-hmm. Baby daddy died, though. Then her first husband died.
Oh.
Then her second husband died.
No way.
Yes. So she got 3 life insurance policies, y'all.
She got the life insurance.
3 life insurance policies. She has a new flavor of the month all the time. She back at it. She's
like
dating.
Like you.
Oh, better than me because she gets boyfriends.
Oh, also she's in her like 70s doing this. Like,
yeah, but I've been dating for like a few years now, like a good few years, and she gets boyfriends. Her new boyfriend right now.
You think she's
fabulous?
You think she's like sugar mama status?
No. These men pay for her. These men do whatever she wants to do. She had one flavor of the month last summer. Mm-hmm. And she was telling Mom that she wanted to break up with this man, but he was doing her new flower beds in her front yard. So she had to wait to break up with him until that project was complete.
Queen.
Yes.
Queen.
Yes. And this new one, he lives in a different like a straight different city. I mean, like an hour away city.
Yeah.
And then she gets another boyfriend in another city, but closer. Like, so they don't ever like run into each other.
Oh my gosh.
She's my idol. I want to be her.
Nice.
Yeah.
I would too, but I'm in a very happy marriage.
Yeah. That's great. So, not everybody's like you.
I know, not everybody has that.
So I can't find a boyfriend to save my life.
You should ask her for some pointers. What does she do?
I don't know what she does, but she also goes out a lot. Yeah, she's fit. She just had a facelift.
I don't know.
Maybe a boob job, and like I do, and I think it'd be like pretty okay. When I find out some extra time on my hands,
I'd have a little better of a time finding a boyfriend.
I would.
Yeah,
a little bit more proportionate.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Not necessarily. Probably. I don't know.
You need to ask her what she does to get these men, because maybe it'll help you.
I don't know. But so
she has to do something special.
She's great. And then I have the neighbors that I don't like.
McNasty?
No.
Another one?
Yes. So my direct next door neighbor.
Yeah.
They have 2 twins that are Hemmings age. Mm-hmm. 1 boy, 1 girl.
Okay.
So it was great. Mm-hmm. Except those kids don't listen. Mm-hmm. And they're a bit naughty. And I hate saying that about kids because kids, I think, are kids and they can be naughty.
So innocent. Okay. Children are innocent.
Okay.
Until proven guilty.
Yeah. And I just got a new car not too long ago. Mm-hmm. And they put a dent in my car. I'm pissed because I know it wasn't my kid. They throw rocks. And big rocks. To the point where I'm like, where are you finding these damn rocks? Because I don't understand. Because I hide them.
Throwing rocks.
And we just got a new driveway. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever dealt with concrete people. It's not cheap. Mm-hmm. It's expensive. So we spent a lot of money on this driveway. Mm-hmm. And they chipped it.
Did you have to get it fixed or was it too late?
No, it's too late.
Oh, no.
It's dry. Like, they chipped it, like, months after we just got it.
Oh, dang. With rocks?
With rocks.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And the little girl gets really jealous of the boys playing.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll tattle on her brother
Mm-hmm.
and try to make it to the point of like, she's trying to get them in trouble. And I don't like that. That's manipulative. Don't like that.
Yeah.
And then I let them in the house sometimes to play with Hemming. Especially when it's
After the rock incidents, they could have them in their pockets. They're loaded. Locked and loaded. Don't let them in the house.
We've lived there for like 3 years. So like we've known them for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't let Hemming in their backyard because Hemming will come home crying because he's in trouble for pushing. My kid doesn't push. Not on purpose. But he's like trying to get something and like, like trying to rush.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, I'm going to get there first kind of thing.
Oh,
but it's not like a pushing, like, I don't like you kind of push.
It's not throwing rocks
It's
either.
not throwing rocks. It's not pushing. And he's like, the intention is not to be mean.
Mm-hmm.
My kid is very sweet.
Yeah, he is.
And then he comes home crying. So I don't like them. And then we go to the bus stop. We never make the morning bus stop.
Mm-hmm.
I always have to drive my kid to school. We are always late. So
You bringing your lateness into your kid's schedule too.
yeah, we're not morning people. We have a hard time in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So we miraculously make the bus one morning.
Wow.
And yeah.
Yeah, good
And
job.
the other down the street neighbors, they have girls, and one girl's Hemming's age and the other one's just a bit younger.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a good time playing.
Mm-hmm.
The dad said, hey, did you know your neighbors are moving? He said, no, I didn't.
The twins?
Yeah. And then he comes to the bus stop and I'm like, oh, so-and-so told me that you guys are moving.
Straight to his face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're thinking about it. I don't know. And I said, oh, well, you're going to get a good chunk of money because the prices in our neighborhood are going for over $700.
That's
over
crazy.
$700 in our neighborhood alone. Right?
Yeah.
2 houses.
That's
in the
everybody.
past 3 months have sold for over $700.
That's crazy.
Now they have a 1-story, 3-bedroom, so it might go for 6, but
still, I mean,
they've lived there for a long time.
Right.
I think they own the house outright.
Okay.
I don't think they have a mortgage on that house.
Nice. Oh no, they're not moving.
No. He said he was thinking about it. He said that the investors, he's talked to a few investors, and I said, oh, well, if you're going to sell it, because I said, are you selling or renting?
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to buy the house right next door to my parents' house
Mm-hmm.
and been able to have that kind of lifestyle. I love my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I live with my parents right now. It's super helpful to have the help with Hemming and being a single mom and working full time and doing all the things I do.
Problem is, you don't even know your credit score. You don't even know your credit score, girl.
No, but I've bought a house before. I've done the process before.
I hear
I've
that.
been an adult before. It's
I
just
hear-
nice to take a back seat.
I hear that, but
I run home. Tell my mom, call your realtor. I want to know the house. Blah, 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 blah.
right.
We call the realtor. They sold the house.
He lied.
He straight lied to my face, and they've sold the house.
Oh.
And they sold the house for $335. $335. Yeah,
In your neighborhood?
in my
What?
neighborhood.
Who'd they sell it to? Someone they knew?
No, some random investor. And now
An
we have-
investor house?
yeah, they're gonna flip.
And they're
the
gonna flip
house.
it.
Yeah, which means I'm not gonna be able to afford it anymore because there's no way I'm getting over $500,000 home on a single mom lifestyle.
Those flippers are going to make so much money.
So much
There's
money.
flippers in our neighborhood that, because like I said, it's an old neighborhood
Mhm.
and all these people die off and their kids sell their house because they don't want to live here and their houses are small. So there's a lot of flippers who buy the house. A realtor will buy the house and then they will have people flip it and then they'll sell it.
Yes.
They make about $100,000 after that. So like they buy it for cheap,
Mhm.
pay $100,000 to do the renovations, but in the end they make $100,000
Right.
after all
Correct.
said and done.
Yeah.
But the houses are still like small and everything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I got real mad at that neighbor. Because
Wow.
they didn't say, and they never said, hey, we sold it. Hey,
he lied to your face.
He lied to my face and then not said anything to me.
Oh, now he's ignoring you?
He did ignore. Like, yeah.
Oh, they're gone.
They're gone. They have now moved out. They had the audacity to try to wave to me. First of all, my hands were full. I was trying to bring in groceries.
Did you smile?
No, I did this. I mean mugs.
You said, you're on your way out anyway.
Excuse me. No, sir. You didn't even have, like, the decency to say, it's been really great knowing you guys. I'm so sorry that, we should really keep in touch. Or at least be playfully nice to my face.
No, your kids didn't just, like, play with each other for years.
Years.
Mm.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have afforded that house. That's crazy.
Yeah. It really upset me. Because I could have opened they don't have a pool in their backyard, but we do. So I could have opened, like, a gate. And so the dog could have ran in the backyard. But I don't know. So McNasty's new daddy.
Back to McNasty.
Yeah, they want the tree. So they had poison sumac on that back thing, and we've poisoned it, so it's kind of like out of our yard. And we thought it was McNasty's yard, but now we're noticing it's their backyard.
You poisoned someone else's plant?
It's poison sumac. No one wants to it's like poison ivy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like their garden.
No, it's poison ivy. Like, we're just trying to get rid of the poison ivy.
Got it.
They cleared out their part of it. They planted new trees. Looks great. New daddy's doing a fabulous job in this backyard. They got pavers down and everything. I was like, oh, damn. New daddy's looking good. And so now, and there was a rat problem before we moved in.
You've said that.
Yeah.
You've mentioned.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So we thought it was McNasty, but now we're thinking it's the neighbors because they have this big tree.
Well, if they have to have flippers, I'm sure the house was not.
There has been, those big dumpster bins that you can put in the driveway?
Yeah.
So the bad neighbors bought one. They filled it up, but they also had furniture like on the side of the road that they had the trash come get, which I don't understand. Fill up your bin. They did not fill up the bin all the way. That bin was taken away, but they filled it up a decent amount. I would say halfway. So that's bin number one. The flippers came in. They had one bin in there. They filled it up. They took out 2 trees in the front yard. They need to take out that tree in the backyard that has the rats, I think. And new daddy came to our house to talk to them about taking down that tree because we've offered to pay to take down the tree because we got all the shit in our pool. So that's 2 bins. That bin was taken away. Now the flippers have another bin. That is 3 bins, like dumpster bins.
A lot. What did they do to the house?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
I think they were hoarders.
Oh.
I've only been in their house exactly one time, and it was like just like she got like those Keurig, but not really. Now they're dirty people, like messy. I saw that.
Yeah.
But where I was like in their like little front entry and then like their kitchen because she wanted to show me like, those Keurigs that have like alcoholic drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got one of those.
Okay.
She's like, do you want one? I was like, yeah. I was trying to be nice to her because our kids were trying to be friends.
Oh, I was going to say, you're not nice to people in their face. You just said.
No, but I have this theory where I have to be nice to people that my friend is friends with their kids because it's not fair to my kid if I'm a bitch.
To their parents. Yeah.
To their parents. Yeah. Because there are some parents I do not like.
Yeah.
But I have to be nice because my kids are friends.
I get that.
Yeah.
Well, I will understand that more too as Roman grows up. But there is this one lady in Mommy and Me that I did not like her vibes because she said she yelled at her baby girl that she was a bitch. And I was like, your baby's 4 months old.
Yeah, babies aren't bitches. You are.
But also, get some help. Get some help. Anyway.
Yeah. So, and then we have the one neighbor, which I truly do. He's a very nice guy. And he just got brain cancer.
Oh.
And this is his second time with cancer. And he's just sold his house, which means I don't have high hopes for him.
Yeah.
surviving the second round of cancer, which is really sad because
He probably knows that he's not going to.
Yeah,
if you're
he's
like
a great guy though.
Yeah.
So he always so nice.
That's really sad. That's a really sad note to end off of, actually. So let me just tell a quick story. Let me not end off with
cancer.
Your poor neighbor dying of brain cancer. I'm sorry. You were talking about your neighbors throwing rocks. So I remember when we lived in Puerto Rico, we had this one neighbor. Mm-hmm. His name was James.
Yeah. We talk about James often.
We talk about him a lot. He was...
James, wherever you are, call in. We'll love to interview you.
I would love to know where he's at, because
you were ever in Puerto Rico and you lived...
San Juan. No. Where do we live?
Roosevelt Roads was the was the Navy base.
Yeah, the naval base. When it's not there anymore.
Correct. It's now shut down.
This poor kid, his mom would lock him out because she was like sleeping.
Yes.
And she didn't want him to disturb her.
Yes.
He was a wild kid, but that's awful. Now that I'm a
wild kid because he had
now that I'm a
feral.
Yeah, but now that my God, now that I'm a parent, I understand how awful that is.
Yeah.
So sad. But this kid would poop in our bush.
Yes. Yes.
And also, he would throw rocks. And he one time threw a rock at my face and it hit my cheek right here. And I was like, you know what? My first thought was that I was going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But I think I might have thrown a rock too. But not at him. Like, I threw it to the side, but he threw it. Oh, no, I didn't. I juked him out, you know?
Yeah.
Because he was like,
get out of here.
Something was going on and I was mad and I had to like get him away from me. So I was like, but I didn't throw it because I was a good kid. But he threw his.
Yeah.
Let's end it there.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
I think something's happening with our camera.
Well, thank you for listening to our podcast.
Thank you, guys. Hopefully it's picking up the last bit of audio because a message came up on the camera. So we'll see. All right. Thank you. Bye, guys.